Hello and welcome to another episode of Anatomy of a Turn. This is the series where I take a focused look at a single turn of Blood Bowl, try and look a little bit more in depth at the decisions that I've made and what I was thinking about. As ever, this isn't meant to be presented as the perfect turn of Blood Bowl in any sense or stretch of the imagination. It's just a little bit of a discussion about what I was doing and why I thought I was doing it. Okay, so let's get started. This is another game in the Spike European tournament, which is Resurrection, 1.1 million. I've got my Dark Elves with 2 dodge blitzers, a wrestle and a block, witch elf and a leader on the runner. I'm playing against Amazons with Roxana, Dark now, the star player, and they've got a bunch of guard and a leader. Okay, so this is my turn 6 on my drive. I've been quite lucky. I got 3 Amazons off for none of my players. And as a result, got maybe a tiny bit sloppy on my last turn, and I rolled a double 1 with my first player. So, whilst you might say bad luck, I possibly could have been a little bit more judicious in my actions, and maybe could have avoided even having to worry about that. Because it was turn 6 and I'm still in my half, the ball's here. I kind of wanted to make some form of movement and be aggressive, and that kind of didn't pay off. And then Roxana came in and she did what she does, and she got the ball, and she's now stood between 2 Amazon blitzers with guard. So currently, no chance of getting even 1 dice on the ball. But I can, of course, try and block with this player, get rid of that blitzer, push it back, and then see what I can do in terms of blocking Roxana. So first thing we'll do is that. So I'm going to move this player over here to get the assist, because that player is furthest away and so has less chance of being able to do something useful in the rest of the turn. So move that player over, 2 dice on this guarder, and see what happens. Okay, so lucky enough, got the POW, and that opens up a number of other options with the rest of the turn. So what I'm doing here is I'm blitzing this guy, and I'm going to go here, and that's going to be 1 dice on Roxana. You might be asking, well, why don't you just take the 2 dice? I can just move a player here, 2 dice Roxana, and push her back there. There's a couple of reasons for that. One of the main ones is I want the ball to bounce over this side. All my players are over here, and if the ball bounces over here, my chances of getting it back and then getting it safe from Roxana and all the guard is quite limited. And the other thing I'm trying to do is get as many dice as I can on Roxana in total, not just on the first hit. Now, the ball has to go down this turn. If I don't knock Roxana down and she keeps the ball, then that's it. They're just scoring. They're going to be 1-0 up on my drive. They're going to win the game. So Roxana has to go down this turn. So what happens is if I 1 dice blitz here, I've got block, Roxana doesn't, so it's just a 2-up, same as I go for it. Push her back there, and then she can go next to this jump up witch elf. That gives me 7 dice on the ball with a reroll, if that works, as opposed to if I come in with a witch elf here, that's 3 dice, 2 to start with, and then 1 if I follow up with guard and then put a person there. So I can't really re-roll the first because then I'm going into a 1 dice. So this way I'm taking 7 dice rather than 3, maybe 5 if you want to try and work something out. So that's more dice, obviously. 7's more than 3 or 5, so we'll go for that option. So even though this particular dice roll is more risky to start with, I'm just thinking about the total number of dice I can get on Roxana over the turn. The perfect result here will be to push back here first and then power her into that square, and then I'll be able to get the ball, but lucky enough the ball bounces kindly anyway, so that's fine. So once I've done that, I'm going to take this block here, and that was just to free up this bludger. So next thing I wanted to do was get the ball on a bludger, try and protect it from guard potentially, and Roxana again doing crazy stuff. Again, I was lucky, I got the power, so I don't even have to make this 2 dodge. Now that that player's gone down, I can move this player, no dice rolls involved. Again, cover the ball, try and be a part of the screen. Make the pickup, move the player further over, because Roxana's there, not standing next to her, she has jump up. So I can't really form a proper cage now. I've only got these 3 players, and they can't all get round here and cover this square. So the way that last few actions kind of worked, they were kind of staggered. So what I was doing here was covering the ball with this player just in case it failed, but also putting them in a place where they could vaguely be part of the cage. So I could have put that player in a better position here, for example, to try and cover the cage or be part of the cage if I passed the pickup roll, but I wanted to hedge my bets a little bit, and so covered the ball as well as being part of a potential cage. Okay, so I need to fill this gap here, otherwise they're just walking in, and I managed to get that. That's great. Okay, and then moving that runner. This runner had more action, so they could have gone there, but that's a nice little spot. It really blocks off the Amazons from getting through this little line here. So if you've gone there, the Amazons could have sort of started coming around here a little bit, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that sort of area. But we're going here, moving one less square, one fewer square. They're completely blocked off from coming through this line unless they want to do 4-ups and stuff. Okay, and we've got one player left, this guy here, and what we're worried about is this blitzer here with guard. So currently she's got a 3-up dodge, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I go for it to cancel that assist and lend a guard assist, and then so Roxana can do 2-ups to get 2 dice on the ball. We don't want that, so we're going to roll quite a few dice, a 2-up dodge, and then a 2-up dodge, and I go for it just to try and block that off, and that's made that 4+. Okay, and that was that. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please press like and subscribe, and hopefully see you again next time.